Jim Dodd, and I started in 1970 in high school in Atlanta. It was my junior year.
Hey, I'm Clint Markham, and I was in Young Life from 1996 to 2000.
I'm Courtney Jennison, and I've been a part of Young Life since high school.
My name is Kyle Sorensen, and I started going to Young Life my junior year of high school, and I graduated in '06.
In 1971, the summer I went on the Young Life Western Tour from Atlanta. Can you imagine 4 bus loads of high school kids traveling together for a month? We did all the tourist stops through Texas and Southern California, Carlsbad Caverns, Disneyland, Yosemite, SeaWorld, and then the 4th week we landed in Colorado at the Frontier Camp Complex down in Buena Vista.
Sam and Sue Wood were the leaders for me during high school, along with Sherry Griffin. And honestly, when some of my friends decided that Young Life wasn't for them, or they would come intermittently, it was Sam and Sue who really kept me in the group, because just the relationship with them, I loved them and Sherry, and just they just cared about us. And Sam would even go as far as tutoring us in physics and starting a little group for that. And just, he really cared about us and what happened to us and how things were going for us in high school.
Young Life Camp to Woodleaf in '06. Just a great week, really fun. I'm pretty sure that cabin time there was one of the coolest things I've ever been through in my life in a week, just sharing stuff with the other guys.
It really helped me in knowing that I'm not alone in my walk. I mean, there's a ton of other people out there. I guess it helped me to be more confident to come out and, you know, speak with other Christian people about stuff and not just try and do it on my own. So.
Well, I was certainly going down a bad path. I mean, it's search for popularity and drinking and just being pretty wild back in the 70s. A lot of negative influences that no telling where I might have ended up. But it's been fortunate that you know, I met Young Life, and
you could say it played a pretty big part in my life, in that it definitely brought me closer to God and got me more into it than I was, and that's how it brought me closer to real.
For me, Young Life was the road to real for many of my friends, because in high school, many of their families, especially their parents, were somewhat involved in a church at best. They would go for Easter maybe and Christmas, but really for them to be involved as members of a church was really not found in any of my friends' lives. And I just saw Young Life as a way for them to really get connected to Jesus, find their road to real with who they are and what life's about. Because for them to go to church was an uncomfortable thing. They almost felt like they were going against their parents.
Kids I knew that didn't go to church, some of them went to Young Life, and I think it really helped them in getting to know God better, because maybe they were too nervous to go to church, or didn't feel comfortable going there.
It was a fun thing, and they wouldn't go to church, but they'd come to Young Life and they'd still hear the message. And so I think that was a really good thing.
For me, I realized that Young Life was a starting point for me to be able to share what I already believed and knew was true with my friends. It was a way for me to introduce them to church as I see it. And so I just started there with my friends, and I felt comfortable to invite them to Young Life. And after they started coming to Young Life, I felt even more comfortable to ask them to come to a church setting, a regular church setting.
I still care about Young Life. I believe it's necessary in the community. I'm sponsoring a table at this banquet right now, just because I really liked it in high school. I loved it in high school. It was really fun. I always ask Dave how things are going, how club's going, just because it's good to hear, and it's fun to hear about how the kids are doing and what he's doing with Young Life and the camps they're going to and how the camps are going and stuff like that.
So we jump ahead to the Dodds in 2000. We've just relocated back to Craig from living in Australia. And I find that Young Life has started an area in Craig. And so I jumped back in. That was really my first involvement in Young Life since college. And at that time Scott Smith was here, and I volunteered to help him with some of the administrative tasks with the goal of anything, an hour that I could spend doing administrative work was another hour maybe that he could spend with the kids. And I've been doing that ever since. And it's been a real pleasure to see the area grow in Northwest Colorado under David's leadership and the support of the community and all the great volunteers.
Currently I'm not a leader in Young Life, but I still am a promoter of Young Life, and I love it, and I see that it really helps kids, especially in Craig, get connected and really find out who Jesus is.
Yeah, I hope that you'll continue to support Young Life here in Northwest Colorado. It's a great program, and there's a lot of ways. You can volunteer for committee, special events, you know, especially with prayer. We can all be praying for Young Life and David and the kids. Think about club time and pray during club time for kids no matter where you're at. And of course financially it takes money to run the program, and we just really appreciate you, and I'm available to answer any questions anytime. Just thank you and God bless.
Come to you in pieces. So